Long ago, in an era forgotten by time itself, existed a single entity called the Erdmage, a being so powerful that he could control not only all the elements of nature and even those that were unnatural, but he also held command over life and death itself. He knew no equal, had no enemies, but at the same time, he had no friends as well. In his endless solitude and loneliness, the Erdmage used his endless power to create himself 3 sons from his very being. Young infants they were, they held great power and mastery over their own unique element. Venomus, the eldest son, possessed the power of poison, being grounded with nature and able to harness it to attack any enemies of the land, in order to defend the land he was given dominion of. Being in tune with nature gave the brother great wisdom, and like his father, he sought to learn not only how to stop those who meant harm, but also, should he be unable to stop them, how he could better preserve the life and safety of those victims who meant no harm at all. Infernus, the next son, had a passionate and reactionary personality to match the ever-burning fire he held power over. While hot-headed and headstrong, his fire burned with a righteous fury, directed only at those who deserved it. He believed in prioritizing strength over his enemies, because being right meant little if one lacked the power to do anything about it. As such, he made sure he had the might to back up what he stood for. Tonitrus, the youngest son, was given command over lightning to match his often rash and impulsive nature. While this often led to some hasty and poorly judged decisions, his speed and quick thinking was unrivaled, allowing him to correct his own mistakes before others could even make their first choice. This gave the brother a unique ability to learn by trial and error much faster than anyone else could ever hope to. The brothers lived in harmony together in their adolescence, under the watch of their father. One day, however, the father disappeared. Having watched his sons grow enough, he wished for them to spread out and develop on their own, to find their own path in life, and allow their experiences to teach them the things that he could not. Due to his belief that great strength was all that mattered in stopping what was wrong to defend what was right, Infernus focused entirely on maximizing his physical power, which manifested itself in the form of a mighty greatsword imbued with flame. With his crimson blade in hand, coupled with his great strength, he quickly became known as a warrior without equal. However, because of the focus on his physical power, the neglect of his fire element caused it to diminish. The sparing use he made of it in combat paled to his physical strength, hindering his full potential. Having not focused on fully mastering it, Infernus' own fire element often got in the way and made things more difficult. Having focused fully on his offensive power, his spirit had grown weaker, and as a result, his own body became brittle. This meant that he could be easy to defeat or even kill if he was overwhelmed. However, and because of this, Infernus not only came in possession of an artifact that could similarly weaken his enemies to multiply his strength and defense, he would also occasionally take a special potion that could briefly harden his body and bolster his defenses, if ever he was faced with an opponent he could not finish quickly enough to avoid harm. His sword itself even grew to become capable of stealing the life of his fallen enemies in order to preserve his own, and though while it was severely underdeveloped, Infernus still knew how to make use of his limited fire element from time to time.
The Arch-Illager, the enemy of the villagers, was defeated. Great heroes saved the day and vanquished evil. Thanks to you, all was well. Until it wasn't.